fun little poll at work, and me and somebody else in the co-working space were like battling it off about like Cafe Rio and Chipotle. And I'm just gonna say, Chipotle, I don't think you're that great.
Well, I've never.
Your hair's a mess.
You guys have never once taken me to Cafe Rio.
I will take you while you're here.
You
I
have
volunteer.
Cafe Rio right
I volunteer.
now, don't you?
I had Cafe Rio yesterday. I had that pumpkin spice horchata, which was not that great, not a banger, but I did have Cafe Rio, and it is amazing.
She truly is the queen of fresh Mexican grill, and anybody who says otherwise is tasteless. I am not sorry about that.
Wouldn't a more nationwide thing be Qdoba? How do you feel about Qdoba?
I don't even know where she is in this town.
I haven't had Qdoba since high school.
Also, Jenna's here.
Hello.
Jenna,
Hi,
do you
Jenna.
like Cafe Rio? Can you describe Cafe Rio to me? Because I don't know what it is, and they're always eating it, and I've never seen it.
Every time I've had Cafe Rio, their chicken is dry and bland.
Jenna always comes in.
Damn, dude, I love their chicken.
The shredded
Their
chicken?
shredded chicken burrito?
Yeah.
What
I must be going to the wrong Cafe Rio because their chicken is trash every time I
think
go.
you're actually going to Qdoba, dude.
You might be.
I think there's only one Qdoba left here in Vegas.
And it's abandoned.
Oh,
It's a spirit Halloween night.
Subletting.
It opens seasonally in some random abandoned building.
I'm just so sad for you because truly the shredded chicken at Cafe Rio is the bomb, and they always keep it juiced up. So I just
Like the chicken
that shit-
itself,
They keep it
might be,
roided
like,
up.
completely shredded, but there's a ton of juice just on it, and that's where all like the wet is.
Okay, so
Yeah, no, every time I've gone, they either fuck up my order or give me like the leftover scrap chicken. So
It's so
the
sad.
scraps, they scrape
so
it right off.
sad.
It's like they see you come in and they're like, all right, get the scraps out, boys.
yeah, pretty much.
Is there anything left from yesterday? What about the day before?
All right, guys, get the
Let's put in a
get the slop
tortilla.
out.
In the stale tortilla that's been sitting in the back for like 3 weeks. Let's give her the tortilla that's just fallen apart.
Jenna,
That's
I
so
need to
sad.
take you
I
to my
literally
Cafe
watched
Rio.
I watched them heat mine up in front
I'm
of me.
disappointed every time. No, none of that happens.
Are you
You're
going
not
to the
going-
right Cafe Rio?
You are going to the wrong one.
Every single Cafe Rio I've been to, and I've been to multiple ones, it's disappointing.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
Call out
What'd you do
folks.
to them? They hate you.
Cafe Rio sponsor us.
I don't know. A burrito bowl from Chipotle is always much more satisfying.
Oh, you don't know, but I saw the poll results on my Instagram, and Jenna voted Chipotle. In fact,
I love
you
Chipotle.
and Jenna and another coworker at my job, like it was only 3 people that said Chipotle is my life, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
I love Chipotle, but I guess I'm
Chipotle
Cafe
might be
Rio.
someone's life.
Wait, Sky, are you a Cafe Rio? I assume because you like the chicken.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess I'll have to try, but if they're doing my girl Jenna so dirty, giving her slop scraps, I can't sit around and let that violence happen. So you know what? I'm solidly
Chipotle has never turned me down. When I tell Chipotle an extra scoop, they give an extra scoop. When I tell Cafe Rio extra scoop, they're like, "What's an extra scoop?" We don't do that here. You get 3 scraps of shredded chicken, and that's it.
Be gone, thought.
I don't like all this slander you're saying about Cafe Rio.
Why you oughta.
Jenna, every time you come on, I'm always gonna be on your side, baby girl. Don't you ever worry.
Thank you. That's all.
Baby girl,
Listen.
you've done you've done everything for me.
I just want more than salt and pepper on my chicken. That's all.
There's more
What
than
the
salt and
fuck?
pepper on Cafe Rio chicken, dude.
How do you think it's so juicy?
Well, that's because they fucking hate you.
Anyway, Jenna's always here at the times when we have our most conflicting battles.
They've treated me horribly and give me their dumpster chicken. So
Antonio, don't tell me that you're eating an Oreo right now at this moment.
You did. This is
Are you eating
pointed.
an Oreo cakester?
I damn.
what the fuck is an Oreo
Those are
cakester?
good. Amazing.
Are they a pastry?
It's happiness in a little cake.
Someone take a
Oh, I'll fuck
screenshot.
with a cake. I'll fuck with a cake. I don't fuck with the cookie. I'm not getting into this.
Hey y'all, welcome to Sit Down Loser. We're watching a movie. My name's Dalia.
I'm Sky.
I'm Antonio.
And I'm Quetzal.
Hello. I didn't know if we were introducing me or what.
And Jenna's here too.
back.
Jenna's back with the great openings.
And that, friends, is Jenna.
And that's how you make an entrance. Jenna's back, everybody.
Guess I'll just introduce myself again. I'm back, bitches.
Our sassy little
Thought
queen.
I was gone? Joke's on you.
Surprise, bitch. Thought you seen the last of me.
And we truly won't see the last of you yet, because I'm sure you'll be back. Welcome back, Jenna. We're so happy to have you. Thank you for joining us on this movie. And we're just 5 dollies who watch movies that everyone else has watched, except one of us is a loser who hasn't. Today we're watching a movie that really fucked up people who hate dolls. Dead Silence, released in 2007, directed by James Wan. And today's loser is...
Is me. For like
Antonio!
the first time in forever. For
the first time
in forever.
I'm quitting. I don't want to do this anymore.
Anyway, we're going back to 4 people because Sky has quit. Goodbye.
And welcome, Jenna.
Welcome.
I am the new co-host.
We're trying to Indiana Jones swap them out.
Oh, God. And
Don't compare me to Shia LaBeouf.
Whoa.
No, he's talking about
Whoa.
when he switches the idol.
Oh, I was thinking of the Shia Indiana Jones movie.
a clever switch.
That's a movie that I've been in the room for, but I've never actually paid attention to it.
I love the way you describe that. Anyway, you're the loser today.
Anyway, it's very refreshing, I'm sure, for you, Dalia, because you've been the loser for about 6 months now.
Truly.
You've
You
been
mean 6 years?
I'm
We're
expert
like-
loser here.
26 years.
Sky's resident movie critic. I'm expert loser. I don't know what you guys are. You'll have to figure it out along the way.
I don't know what I am either.
An experience.
They've. And Jenna's a tech person too.
Jen is the brains. She's the brains of the operation.
And Antonio is just here.
Antonio's the body.
I'm just here.
I'll accept $1 per hour pay for editing.
Oh, is that what you?
Is that what you want?
Have fun editing this then.
I got some petty money I can just put together in a bank account for us.
Bro,
Sit
say
down
no-
loser
say no
LLC.
Say no more.
All right.
So why'd you guys pick this one?
We're watching Dead Silence, yes. Why did we pick this? Well, it's because James Wan of Saw and Conjuring fame. We love him. We love James Wan. He probably, I would call him modern horror king. And good for him.
Absolutely.
Good on you.
And,
Good on you, sir.
and also, we watched his movies basically, or adjacently also watched from Conjuring 2 last Halloween. So it's like a nice little throwback to our origins, our roots.
Yeah.
If anybody wanted to get spooky but not too spooked, but also spooky, I'm just going to say I don't like this movie, but I'm watching it for Antonio. Anyway, we love James Wan. But other than that, point B, this screenplay was written by Lee Whannell of Saw and Insidious fame, and we also love him too.
We
like
do.
Lee Whannell now.
We do love Lee
Post
Whannell.
Saw.
He's in a really small part of the movie Bye Bye Man, and that's like the only good part about that movie. It's not a great movie at all.
I don't
Didn't
even
we
know what
watch
that
that?
is.
We watched that, right?
Nope.
No. Like on like a personal level.
On a personal level, have I shown you the video, or like have we like been all in the room for it?
He sounds
Maybe?
familiar. I've heard of him.
The Bye Bye Man?
Yeah.
I
No.
think you're thinking of the store Bye Bye Baby. I could be
No,
wrong.
that's not. I'm not thinking of Bye Bye Baby.
I don't know. I honestly have.
Bye bye baby. Bye bye man. Bye bye woman.
Bye bye cat.
Bye Bye family.
dog.
It's our Bye Bye family.
Bye Bye
Should we
Baby.
write a book?
Are you bisexual or bisexual?
It's the unpublished Dr. Seuss book.
The
We
black
left the
market
manuscript
Dr.
in his
Seuss.
house.
Okay, so it's also Halloween.
Okay.
Okay. Halloween movie.
Also, I didn't put this point down, but it's really shocking to me that you haven't seen this movie, Antonio. So that's also why
Yeah, out of all of like the hostel,
I'm so
the
confused.
Cannibal
I'm really
Holocaust,
confused.
the Wrong Turns, the Feast, and not Dead Silence
Thank you.
of all things.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
I mean, I can't explain it. It just is not one of those movies that I ever like grabbed, like in any capacity. I never started streaming it randomly on TV, or I never grabbed it from the library. I was too busy like pulling Feast off the shelves instead.
Again and again and again.
But
Blacklisted at the library.
I have
On
zero
replay,
clue.
replay.
Maybe I don't like dolls. Maybe my thing is I didn't really like the idea of like the doll on the cover. It is a doll on the cover, right?
The dolls are dolling.
But that's what makes
But-
it the perfect Halloween-y type movie.
That's the title.
The dolls are dolling.
Son of a bitch. Man.
When I told Jenna I switched the movie to this, she was like, I was like, you've seen Dead Silence, right? And she was like, yeah. Very strained, yes.
So,
Yeah, very voice crackled.
so you want to
Yes.
explain that, Jenna?
There's an instinct I have, and I, without giving spoilers, there's an instinct that I have that if I was ever in danger, I would never scream. I'll leave it at that. It has given me a pure instinct to never ever scream, no matter how scared I am, if I am ever in danger.
Dog, I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
You
it
just
literally
said
came
that.
back. It came back.
It literally came back to me. I was like, oh.
I'm like,
Never scream.
Ugh.
Ever.
I just am. But yeah, that's again why makes it such a good Halloween movie, because nobody likes it. That's like a. For me, it's a one and done, and I'll leave it at that. But
I like it.
I
seen
liked it.
a couple times.
yeah.
She's can't. I love it.
She's
I
camp.
liked it too. It sits with me in a terrifying place in my brain.
Dalia says not camp. Quetzal camp.
she's shelved.
Dalia doesn't like to watch this, so she's not going to appreciate camp in a. I remember it being kind of camp. Well, we'll see upon this rewatch.
So we got
Da-
2 for Team Camp. Camp
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
I haven't watched this since high school.
Yeah,
I
me
don't
too.
think.
Yeah.
I haven't
It's
seen
been
this
over,
movie.
like 10 years since I've seen it, so.
I watched
We-
it in my
we have-
20s.
Oh, speaking
You
of,
also never had a vanilla frosty till you did.
That's a good one.
had a vanilla frosty.
Oh my god, I already told Jenna this, and I told Quetzal too, but Dolly, I'm going to tell you this story that happened yesterday.
Go on.
Of Antonio. We were sitting waiting. We went to go see Panic at the Disco yesterday, and we're waiting for the opener to be done, and then we were gonna go to our seats. But while we were sitting, we're just on our phones waiting, and Antonio goes very dramatically, might I add, very very seriously, I just can't believe it. And I look up from my phone and I'm like, what? Like, what's going on? He goes, ugly people find love too. And
You can't say that, Antonio.
I laughed so hard I cried off part of my eyeliner wing because I was like, dude, that was so out of pocket.
Antonio
Laughed
lives
so hard.
outside of the pocket.
Like the delivery of it was just so it was so funny. I laughed so hard I cried.
Antonio, everyone. All right.
Stop.
But anyway,
right there.
just
Antonio,
what do you know?
what do you know about the movie? Thanks, Echo.
It's
I couldn't get it out. I was trying
like,
to get
Antonio,
it out
and you were like, Antonio.
because I was trying to say it too.
I was like, what do you know? And you were like, what do you know?
you two are so fucking stupid.
They share the same brain cell, dude.
It's just like around his back.
Quetzal, you can't choke because we can't save you from here. Don't do that.
It gets handed back and forth when one of them needs it.
I think we're allowed to have like 2 brain cells, and sometimes one of us has both of them at the same time.
Oh fuck, man.
But
Woo.
one of us is hogging another, and then everyone else is fighting over the second.
Someone's always like, hey, bro, I really need the brain cell today. Can I use it?
Bro, I need like 2 cents, please.
Mom said it's my turn with the brain cell.
Can I hold your brain cell, please?
Oh God.
You got any games on that brain cell?
You got any thoughts on that brain cell?
Ooh.
Antonio, what
But-
do you know about this movie?
What do you know about this movie? Please.
Please.
I know that like the cover looks like the fucking Night of the Living Doll like Goosebumps fucking thing. Is it? Yeah, I guess it is that. Yeah, and that's about it. I mean, I'm gonna assume that the doll plays some sort of part. It's either like, you know, possessed or some nonsense, something like that, and it's a horror movie. But I also know that I guess Ryan Kwanten is in it, which cool. Love him. Love his body.
Good for him.
Good for him. He has done
Good
some
for
weird
her.
stuff though. He did I think it was around the same time frame as this during like this, but he did I don't know
True
the name
Blood.
of the movie. No, not True Blood.
He did.
He did this like weird superhero movie where he was like delusional and thought he was like invisible or something like that. The Incredible Griff or something like that. I don't.
You would have watched this.
Yeah. Instead of Dead Silence, I caught this. Or I caught that.
Antonio in
vibe.
2007.
So he again didn't listen to Lafayette and drank the whole vial of vampire blood.
Yes.
Thought he was a superhero.
Yeah.
I miss True Blood. It was camp, Mom.
That's
I'm
camp.
rewatching. That's like my go to bed show. I watch that while I'm falling asleep,
Are you guys?
and it's a
I've
show.
never seen it.
You've never seen it?
No, but I want to. I know it's full of sex and vampires, and I'm just like,
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's all about skankiness. I'm surprised.
Skankiness.
why? Because I like watching
True Blood
skanky
was
things.
my intro to like. That was my intro to softcore porn.
Yeah.
That's why I
well,
wanna watch it.
But yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're watching
Okay.
it alone this time.
Huh?
You guys may not
What?
know.
Okay. Broke you. Got you.
I love that though. I love it so much. Goodness gracious. Well, excited for this adventure? Question mark.
So the scores, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 20%. Audiences gave it a 51%, and then Google users gave it an 80%.
Oh, so it's like fun, but it's bad. It's bad fun.
It's a D movie.
It's a D movie. Okay, so of the 51% audience, like, because that's a close to half sort of situation, just a little bit. Why do you think people don't like it?
I can't tell you without spoiling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is campy, so I mean, that's a specific audience that, you know, that like campy movies, and I think some people just don't like that, so maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, you also have to think about, like, the horror movies that are coming out now versus, like, these ones. Like, I would say, like, the early 2000s are a little bit more campy than the ones that are coming out now. Like, Smile, the Conjuring movies, like, all of that. They're not very, like, tee. They're, like, they're serious, you know? So, like, I think that's also, like, with that, like, how it's campy. So I don't think some people want to see that in horror movies.
It's such a precious era of horror. Is this weird, like, Final Destination era, Saw era, this, I don't know, this
House of
2000s.
Wax.
Yeah, House of Wax. Like, I don't know. It's a precious little
It
moment.
was a special
I like-
time in cinema.
It was. I like how we have like 3 different levels, but I think that like we could go back to our roots a little bit with some like shitty horror movies, you know, just a little bit. But we have like 3 levels now. We have the camp, we have like the serious but not that deep fam, and then we have like woke cinema, sort of like when we have Hereditary, Midsummer,
Get Out.
The Invisible Man, Get Out, like all of these like touch base with like a kind of a moral trope on top of like just being kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I think
Barbarian.
you'll like it though. I still haven't seen that.
Is
But
Barbarian?
yeah, I
Where do you
think-
think Barbarian sits in that list? Is it just like it's scary but not that deep, fam? Or do you think it's like...
I think it was deep. I think it very much... Well, I don't want to spoil it for Dalia, but I think it very much spoke to something, for sure. We'll start our own chat later.
Okay, because I was like thinking about that. I was like,
Yeah, I actually don't know either.
because I feel like
it's
it's
deep, but
mid-ground.
not
bad.
woke. But it's very deep. I don't know, because I wouldn't just say it's not that deep, and I wouldn't call it camp either, but I wouldn't call it woke. It's
I just
a
don't think-
movie
That felt like a movie.
that felt like a good movie.
I have never resonated with words more.
So, the list of
Okay.
actors are Ryan Quanten, who we've already discussed. We know from True Blood, but also from that weird movie Antonio watched that no one else watched. Donnie Wahlberg, which I forgot about.
Me too.
I did too.
I
wrote
always
it down.
remember Donnie Wahlberg from the Saw movies.
Oh, yeah, from the second one.
I'll always remember Donnie Wahlberg.
Isn't he known now for being
Period.
Jenny McCarthy's husband?
Is that what he's known for? I thought he was known
think-
for
I
being
think
like
that's what
a
he's-
POS. I thought maybe.
Well,
So,
that's the whole family.
there we go.
Anyway,
Okay.
Oh, he's Marky Mark's brother. It's not just a
Yeah.
fun little last name that
no, it's
anybody
not a
could have.
It's not a common last name, honey. It's the Wahlbergs.
Mr. Wahlberg of the Wahlberg Burgers Empire.
The Wahlbergs of the Walmart Burger Empire.
Now listen, they do make some pretty good burgers, but
I would.
I've actually never had one. I know there's one here in Vegas, though.
I
yeah?
haven't had one
yeah.
either. We should go.
They're pretty
We should
decent.
go
What?
when I'm over.
We should go.
What?
No, Antonio.
Huh?
I'm so confused now.
Oh, that was serious? That wasn't a bit?
No.
they have a whole burger
Yeah,
franchise.
Wahlburger.
One of the brothers is like a
Wahlburger.
professional chef, and he opened a burger shop, and it ended up being super popular and is a franchise now.
And there's
Yeah.
one
What?
On the
in
strip.
Vegas.
Yeah,
We need to go.
it started in Boston and then came across the entire country, worldwide, baby.
like
Worldwide
Mr.
burgers.
305.
Worldwide,
It's worldwide, babe.
Wahlburgers.
Am I in the It Follows universe right now? I feel like
don't know
I'm
what
in a
that
dream
is.
fucking state.
Well,
Anyway, there's
we'll
also
make those
Amber
plans
Valletta.
later.
Who the fuck is that?
A no name, nobody chump.
Oop! Got him.
I'm just kidding.
Got
I don't
him.
remember
Amber
any of them.
Dahlia.
I've repressed this movie so hard I don't even know who any of these people are. I'll be honest.
You didn't. Oh, you didn't watch True Blood.
Damn.
So that makes sense.
And have you finished the
like-
rest of the Saw movies yet?
Oh, you know I watched all the videos, but I didn't watch all the movies because I didn't want to
Oh
sit
my
down and watch
God.
the whole last things.
You should do that for your Halloween.
Any expectations, Antonio, at all?
Do you think this is going to scare you?
Good question.
Is there a jump scare? Is there at least one jump scare?
It's a horror
oh,
movie.
baby, baby, baby.
It's Mr. James Wan.
From minute
It's
from
Miss
minute
James
0
Wan.
2.
Oh, then I'll probably definitely be screaming. Or I'll flinch. You guys, so I was telling Sky this. I watched Smile by myself, and I was fucking flinching into my own seat by myself in this theater.
I'm so sad I didn't get to see it.
And like, I walked out, and it was like 12 o'clock at night, and I was just fucking unnerved. I couldn't be around people, and I was like, don't look at me. Got into the elevator, and I was like, close. Power walk out of that bitch. Get to the the parking garage.
Power walk all the way.
Fuck the car.
I gotta go.
Had to check my car and be like, hey, is there any like weird shit around? It's like, do I have a flat tire or
Did you
something?
check the back seat?
No, I didn't. Thank you.
Hey, Antonio, who was that person behind you?
That was
Franklin.
Frankel.
That was Frank.
Oh, Jesus Christ, guys. Gosh, Jesus Christ, guys. Oh,
He has a key, dude. He has a key. Don't worry.
Frank is the sixth silent guest today.
I was like, you guys were talking, I was like,
You're like, what the fuck?
You're like, are you guys seeing this?
You're so fucking dumb.
Anyway, that was the perfect scary movie moment. The first of many tonight.
Quetzal's like, oh my god, Antonio's about to be murdered. And no one cares.
You were just gonna keep going. Not
Drew's
tell
gonna
me.
keep this train rolling.
Well, because he's like, well, I have to watch this alone, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you ain't alone, baby.
Not anymore.
Oh my god, I really wish we were recording visually for this one.
I know.
Dahlia's correct.
Dahlia's not okay.
Dahlia's broken.
Dahlia,
she's straight
wait,
broken.
Dahlia, baby, what happened?
Are you okay? Was the
I'm not the loser here.
was the movie viewing experience not great for you?
No,
Oh.
it was not. I'm actually crying again
I
because it
know.
was very
Are you
upsetting.
okay?
Oh my
Dahlia.
lord.
No. I will live. Anyway,
And
I have cookies that Sky baked for me, and I will eat them, and we will live.
okay, so my immediate reactions were, because I thought it was just Billy doing the work, was like, that's fucking Sonic in a silly, goofy mood.
I remember specifically him Sahnic.
Him
Sahnic.
he was zooming. He was gasting.
That's your big takeaway from this.
That and the other one, which if one of you wants to bring it up, by all means.
Which there were so many dolls.
Not the dolls. My other point that I made a point to point out for everyone.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah, we could just move past that.
We can move past that.
No. Tell the people.
No, I took some
Give me some
screenshots.
joy, please, Quetzal.
I took some screenshots from the chat, and I'm gonna make like a little gallery for us for Instagram.
It's gonna be like Spotify Wrapped. Sit down, loser Wrapped. All the out of pocket shit Antonio says in here.
That's not a bad idea.
Choose your
That's actually
character.
not a bad idea. Antonio said a lot of out of pocket shit in the last year, in the last minute.
Yeah, I was like, he said it yesterday.
I'll just say us figuring out like this whole situation with recording remotely, because that's been fun. This is probably one of the best things to come out of it, is this little chat. Like, we have our little texts, right? Like, we have our own group chat in the phone, but like this was just unhinged. I feel like.
Dalia, I hate to interrupt you, but your voice is kind of turning me on. You gotta stop.
What are you doing later?
Can I just say guttural screaming?
Can you say? Can I give you some lines and can you say them for me?
Sure, shoot him off.
It's okay.
I have some
Okay.
too. You go first, Quetzal.
Can you please say you like that?
You like that?
Can you say that's a good girl?
Please.
That's a good girl.
That was kind of hot.
Y'all are making Dalia work through her pain.
I need to laugh just a little bit.
Literally, we're like, Dahlia's hoarse from screaming. She's crying, and we're like, hey, can you say the sexy thing?
Hey,
Our friend
You
is
know
broken. And we're like,
Dalia,
I come
Say this.
Dalia-
come through for you guys. You losers that are listening, you're very welcome.
okay, I got one.
literally-
Dalia,
Welcome.
I got one. Hold on, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I have one. Dalia, can you say D's nuts?
These nuts.
Antonio, do you got one? We all went. You got one?
I appreciate you.
I also appreciate you.
Ooh, praise kink.
No,
Oh, I
not from this movie. I'm for context. Let me rewind a bit. I hate marionettes. I hate puppets. I hate marionettes. I'm afraid of the fucking animatronics at Disneyland. Every time I ride Pirates of the Caribbean or stop in front of the Hatbox Ghost, I am frightened.
Hadn't you seen this movie already? Hadn't you seen this movie already, Dalia?
You know, that's the funny thing about that is, Quetzal, is like I've repressed a lot of it, except for the very, very end.
Dalia.
Anyway, let's not turn this from me. Let's talk about this movie.
Ooh.
So who would like to take the reins on this summary? I mean, we can switch off, obviously, but who would like to start?
Oofy.
I can go. It's fine.
Who would
Some
like to
light
start? I
popcorn
can go.
reading.
Who would like to start? Okay, I'll go.
Okay, me.
How very teacher of you.
Well, no one said it. I had a wait period, guys.
But I gotta talk like this, and then I
Kinda
don't
sexy.
hear
Welcome to
myself.
our ASMR.
It's
Welcome.
kind of sexy, though.
I
This is a
like it.
sexy episode.
Welcome to our ASMR episode. Dead silence.
Hey guys.
Him Sonic.
I gotta get out of here.
Welcome to our
Don't-
episode.
You sound like you're in slow motion. With your-
That's what it sounds.
This is Dalia energy. You guys have never heard this from me before. Like, I feel like the energy these entire 30-something episodes has been so very fun and fantastical and like literally sucked
Wait,
out of my body all of my energy.
It only
So
took
is
38
this-
episodes. Go on.
So
Jenna.
is this your normal voice, and then you just put on that voice we normally hear, but when you're walking around your house, this is your voice?
It's all an act.
Oh, wow.
What up, Antoine?
What's up, homeboy?
What's the sound?
that
What's
what
the
you
sound?
do?
What's the sound? Your pussy belongs to me.
Shut the fuck up, Antonio.
Can you say that, please?
Can you say your little pussy belongs to me?
Absolutely not. No.
Please
Oh,
don't.
Never.
I should've
I
kept
will
recording.
I will Venmo you money right now. If
Ugh.
you say that, please. I will Venmo you money.
Not that broke, bitch. I'm not that desperate. Oh God, somebody just read that.
Can someone read?
Somebody please just start talking.
So we open this movie with Jamie Ashen and his wife Lisa receiving an anonymous gift during sexy plumber time of a ventriloquist doll called Billy. Miss Billy gets Lisa got when she screams. Jamie returns home grabbing some takeout and finds her dead with her tongue ripped clean out. Ick. Period.
Thoughts?
I said ick like 100 times in a group chat.
Ick, 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 ick.
I gagged like at least 5 times.
I gagged internally when they pulled the doll out at first. I was like, ugh.
I gagged.
Okay,
I
Not
grew up
in a
here.
good way.
Why you gagging so?
can I just say the reaction to Billy, it was not as frightened as I expected it to be. Like those people should have been a lot more like unsettled opening that box, and she's like, "Oh my God, what a fun little trinket!"
Yes.
and I'm like,
no.
She was
I
like,
was like,
that's a baby.
She was like, baby.
Baby.
and she was just
Not the
so
babies.
like cute. Also, Lisa, the wife, like she's so cute. She looked like Mia Farrow, and I've never seen Rosemary's Baby, but she looked exactly like Mia Farrow in Rosemary's Baby, and I'm like, whoa. And so she was fantasizing about being pregnant, which was very cute for her, but unfortunately she got her tongue ripped out in the most disgustingest, like the way that they took, okay, later on you'll see more pictures of people in this state, but like the way that the dead people are after Miss Shaw gets to them is disgusting and like haunted. I'm haunted.
I liked that you're like, oh, that was very cute for her, but unfortunately she got her tongue ripped out. Unfortunately for her.
It reminded me of like The Ring, the way their like faces are all like fucking mangled, and I was traumatized by The Ring, so I was like, ugh.
I have gotten, actually, and we did this on the podcast Instagram, about scary movies. I got a couple of submissions on my personal Instagram, and The Ring was one of them, was somebody's favorite scary movie, and then The Grudge, and then like just the offshoot of that. I don't know if you guys have seen The Grudge, but people told me it was scary,
Yep.
and some people told me it was not scary.
I saw The Grudge in theaters. So
Thoughts?
Polarizing.
as a child seeing The Grudge in theaters, terrifying.
I was scared of The Grudge for so long. Like, that was like the movie that scared me the most. I watched it recently as an adult. Not that bad.
Yeah, it's not
The
that
stairs part still gets me.
Yeah, the stairs part is terrible.
I don't like anything crawling unnaturally.
bad. Anything crawling on the
Anything crawling naturally.
Crawling things. Creepies and crawlies.
Anyway, Lisa's dead.
Anyway,
For
she's
sure.
gone.
Yeah, and so like obviously Jamie, who by the way, this is Ryan Quanten, looking very cute, very in
so
his prime.
cute.
Does he ever
Would y'all
not
smash?
look cute?
Yeah, well,
Smash.
we would all
Always.
smash, right? Smash.
Yeah.
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 Smash.
Married, no.
Smash twice.
But smash, at least once a week.
Once a week,
Just
Antonio.
once a week? That's
Just
it?
once a week. If I had Ryan Quanten in my bed, we'd be smashing 24/7.
Every minute.
Smash once a minute.
Until you got to take a shit break, huh?
Smash shit. Smash shit.
I won't.
Smash,
I won't
smash,
eat the
smash
shit. I'll be impeccable condition. I won't ever eat.
So no need for shitting.
Incredible.
I'll be gone, babe. Anyway, so Jamie is a prime suspect because, obviously all the the spouses are the prime suspects. And
Suspect.
suspect. And the detective, played by Johnny Wahlberg, which I have to stop and talk about in a bit. So Wahlberg doesn't
Johnny?
have Johnny Wahlberg.
Johnny.
Donnie. I said Donnie. Did I not say
You
Donnie?
sounded like Johnny.
You said Donnie, but it sounded like
DJ
Johnny.
Ani.
They're estranged.
It was
brother.
like the gin, like gin in the lamp sort of nonsense.
Like Django.
the
Exactly.
lesser known Wahlberg.
Johnny
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
I don't think I know her. Not part of the Empire, clearly.
He's the one putting the pickles on the Wahlburgers.
Oh, he's Pickle Boy. Oh, okay. Okay.
Pickle boy Johnny Wahlberg.
You forgot the pickles!
Oh, I want a burger so bad right now.
Put that on your list for Din Din. Anyway, Donnie Wahlberg.
Johnny
the one
Wahlberg, yes. He can't keep him. He doesn't have enough evidence. And then Jamie looks inside Billy's box, the doll that he arrived in. And
The
there
box
was
that he arrived in.
a
Not the box between his legs.
Thank you, Antonio.
No, don't thank him for that.
Antonio, thank you so much for clarifying.
Antonio, it's an honor to work with you. Looks in the box and finds this mysterious message about Mary Shaw, who is a ventriloquist from his home. I saw the word ventriloquist, I'm like, Quetzal, come on, you got this, boy.
Sound it out, sound it out, sound it out, sound it out.
Ventriloquist from his hometown. And Miss Shaw is our main villain here. So you're going to hear us reference her before we even really get to her. Can we talk about how Donnie Wahlberg keeps shaving randomly? Because I made a note of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't until you pointed that out, I think that was the second time, but then it continued to go all the way up until the very end of the movie. And I was just like, what's the deal? He doesn't even have that much facial hair. If anything needed to go, it's the mustache.
Got him.
It's a
And it
condition.
wasn't and just for the listeners who won't ever watch this, it's not that he's like shaving at a sink. He's in the middle of a conversation.
Just randomly
And he just
finding a
pulls out a
reflective
razor.
reflective
Service. None of us can speak.
Oh.
I truly can't.
Going off that lead, he's going back to his hometown to visit his papa and his hot new young wife, his sexy little wife, Ella. And
Can I just like stop right? Hold up. Let's rewind a second. Yes,
in real
Quetzal.
life.
Jamie returns to his hometown, even though they told him don't be leaving town, to go visit his papa, who has, as Quetzal said, a hot young wife, Ella.
Sexy little wife.
A sexy little wife. And then she opens the door. She's like, oh my God, Jamie, it is so good to see you, meet you. And then he's like, who the fuck is this? Like, his face is just like, who are you? And she's like, oh my God, I guess you can just like call me your stepmom. And I'm just like, ugh.
Call me mommy.
Please.
Dalia, can you say that?
Call me mommy. Can you please say call me mommy?
Call me mommy.
Okay, mommy.
I think I talked about it before on this podcast. Somebody said like, okay, mommy. And I'm just like, don't call me that. Jamie, shut the fuck up. Jamie arranges for Lisa's funeral because they're both from Ravens Fair, which is also, I guess, where Mary Shaw's from, whatever.
There's only one town in this whole fucking state.
Truly.
It's Ravens Fair.
Is it even in America?
Ravens Fair.
It is in America.
Okay.
I don't know what state. I feel like they said a state, but I can't
out.
remember. Jamie arranges for Lisa's funeral with the help of a local mortician. His name is Henry Walker. Henry's wife, Marion, who's super spooky, she warns Jamie that Mary Shaw's spirit is dangerous and urges him to bury Billy. She's like, oh, you seen it? She's like, you gotta bury it. So Jamie does that. He's like, I'm fucking gonna take this shit is fucking creepy. When we were at his hotel room, just a little offshoot, I screamed so hard because like I looked at him and he looked at me. And it was not fun. And then it was like next to his bed and then further away from his bed. And then he turns around and then Mary Shaw's there. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening?
No, but when Billy was like right by the bed, it's like I threw up.
Him moving that fast is when I was like, him Sonic.
Him Sonic.
Him
It
Sahnic.
was just disgusting. But like now we know that the Billy has to be buried so that he don't come back, right? Allegedly, that don't happen. Jamie is confronted by Detective Lipton. He's just very like sus about Jamie. He's like, I'm gonna make sure that I find you guilty on all accounts.
Okay, so the next couple scenes basically is just like the plot is very thin. Obviously, this doll keeps coming back, so the biggest chunk is his backstory that gets revealed through the scenes. And I'll pause because there's some very good moments in here. So the whole backstory, because Henry explains to Jamie that Mary Shaw was a very famous ventriloquist who was publicly humiliated when a young boy named Michael rudely said, "Hey, I see your lips moving," during one of her performances. And I truly think that this is the moral of the story, is to mind your own damn business. If that little kid had just minded his business, none of this would have happened. So basically, after that, the little boy Michael disappears. Suspicious. And the family rightfully blames it on Mary Shaw and kills her. And Mary's last wish is to have her body turned into a doll and buried with her 101 dolls, who are all her children's, which, interesting. And Henry, who was a child at the time, why was he with the morticians? He was like,
his dad was the mortician.
Dad was the
right,
mortician.
it's a family.
that-
It's a family.
Yeah.
It's a family business.
It's a family affair.
Yeah, and so he goes in there, and I think this is the scariest fucking scene of the movie. Where like he goes in there and he like goes up to like Mary's like casket thing, and her fucking bodies him. Her body bodies him onto the floor, and you just see her face and
She looks
like
so disturbing.
slices on each of the jawlines, and she's just like looming over him, and then the light comes on, and her body's just like, I didn't do nothing. I did nothing.
I wanted to ask Jenna, is that the part that you were talking about?
Yes, like when you say dead silence, that's the scene I think of.
of her face showing up like from the darkness.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I think of Mary Shaw, not Billy.
See,
And
when
her-
you
and her
guys said
creepy
never
face.
scream, I was like, now I know why.
Yep.
But also, one of the things we didn't touch base on Lisa's thing, I thought it was really cool that, like, the ambient noise always stopped. And I was like, oh, spooky. Like, did they notice that,
like
or is
that.
that just like a artistic choice?
The sound editing was really good on this film, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was amazing.
You know, ever since
the
we started
soundtrack
this
will get to
podcast,
it.
I start paying attention to sound editing a little bit more. Just a tiny bit.
Oh, you mean you like our podcast?
Yeah.
Antonio?
Yeah. Sometimes.
I think, sometimes people try to scare you with scary movies, like with big sound, but what's also really scary is no sound.
Yes. Like silence is
When
also
it's-
just as terrifying.
When it's dead silent.
I have to leave immediately.
Anyway, so little Henry boy doesn't get killed. Well, obviously because it's a flashback and he's still alive. But he doesn't get killed because he doesn't scream. And so Mary basically kills anyone that screams. And then fast forward, Jamie finds out that the little boy Michael, who was killed by Mary Shaw, was actually his great uncle. So he is related to the boy who didn't mind his own business. So Mary Shaw has basically like vowed revenge on his entire bloodline. But, that sucks.
That's fair.
I mean, that's true. It fucking sucks.
And she snatches tongues as part of her revenge. Because they did that
And
to
that
her.
was
some shit like
disturbing.
that.
It looks like a rope of tongues.
Yeah.
I mean, tongues are really long. Like, they go really far back.
I think that's why it was disturbing to like remember anatomy and the fact that we saw like Lisa and many other people's face, the way that it was like torn open.
And so we're still now in the present time. Mary Shaw ends up killing now time Henry, which I was really upset about because Henry was just like doing his thing and it was sad. I like really he was so scared. He was a
That's-
nice old man.
That's where they
was
actually
trying to
reveal
console
her
his
tongue.
wife.
Her tongue, right? That's
Her thong.
her tongue. That's like when
Yes, at that point.
it's like revealed to be like just a tongue made out of tongues. And
I thought that there was going to be just more like jump scares. So the way that Henry gets got is he goes downstairs and he's like, Marion, don't be talking to that doll because somehow it's in the funeral home again. And then he takes it downstairs. He hears her crying and he thinks that she's in that tiny crawl space as she was right at the beginning of the movie, but she wasn't. And then the door closes behind where he is. So he's trapped there. And like, yeah, I think I was expecting to see like Billy in the crawl space, but it was not Billy. It was a hand. And I was like, oh no. And then when he turns around, I expected to see a face. Did not see a face, not really until like the very, very end. And then he got snatcheth.
mhm.
And I was just bothered by that whole thing because like again it was too synonymous. I don't know, would you guys expect if you heard a Mary Shaw going like woo, it would be Billy or Mary Shaw? Who would you hate to see when you turn
Well, that
around?
actually goes into a question that I had. I think Mary Shaw is far scarier than Billy ever. I thought Billy was hilarious, like the look, the side eye. So I'm wondering what you guys think of whether Billy's scary or funny, and everyone can talk about that.
Well, so in general, I hate ventriloquist dolls and any type of porcelain dolls in general.
Dolls in general. I'm like an anti-dolls person. Like ghostly apparitions.
hate dolls. Like, fuck dolls. But no, in this movie, like watching it now, when I watched it the first time, I remember being scared of both. But this time around, yeah, Billy was a little sassy.
It was funny.
It was funny.
He was fun.
I hated his voice.
He was annoying. But honestly, if I was confronted in a small space by a Billy versus a ghostly apparition, I think I am more freaked out by Billy.
That's so wild to me.
I would
I
just
think I
punt
would feel
kick
the same.
Billy out the door.
I think, like, as a supernatural item, punt kicking is an overrated, or, it's, I don't think it will do quite as much as people think it will. But, like, ghostly apparition, you just, like, come to terms with your death. But, like, I don't know what that doll's going to try to do to me.
You're not gonna come to terms
I
with your
feel the
death
same way.
with Billy.
Nope.
Listen, I'm gonna sit down regardless of who's in that crawl space. I'm sitting down.
I'm going to sit down
I'm
and die.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same lines as Antonio. It seems like you guys are all on the same page with Jenna.
Well, Sky, who do you think is scarier?
From the very first time I saw this movie, I always thought Mary Shaw was scarier. I never thought Billy was scary. Dolls don't scare me. So
Is it because?
I
Is it?
Must be nice.
Is it?
is it because I'm the size of a doll? Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, because you. Came
I wish
from a
I could
family
put
of
you in my
dolls.
little fucking pocket if I could all the time, Sky.
I'm
I would take you
seriously gonna
everywhere.
quit this podcast. This is
Threads,
my last
threads.
episode.
Got him.
So we're all resigning suddenly.
By the way,
But
once again, Jenna, thank you so much for being on my side. Love you.
You know what I did put together? I think Mary Shaw is the doll version of Voldemort, and all the dolls are her Horcruxes.
That is so funny, Jenna, because I'm so sick of hearing Harry Potter references.
You're
It's so
welcome.
funny you say that.
Thanks, I hate it.
That's
love
a
your
thought.
mind,
No,
but
that's a
no.
thought.
Dahlia, it's almost Christmas time. You know that means everyone's gonna watch every single Harry Potter movie.
Dahlia and I are so fucking sick of Harry Potter because of these two.
I made
These
a Harry
two
Potter
clowns.
reference yesterday too.
I love that. And Jenna, I love your mind because she did really make 101 Horcruxes.
she did.
Just some low effort, like Walmart burger Horcruxes.
Walmart burger.
They're not low budget. She's killing kids.
She killed one.
She said she had to use.
Oh, she killed others.
Sometimes she had to use real parts.
real bodies.
Those
So-
dolls were humans.
Yeah, they were human children. So Voldemort wishes
Wait, is that
he could have the
is
sauce.
that a fact?
Voldemort could never.
Could never. Why you gagging so, Voldemort?
He couldn't even
Can I-
Avada Kedavra a baby, so.
That's why he's bald. Mary took his wig
And his nose.
and his
God.
nose.
Damn.
Snatcheth.
Mary would have
Oh
been
my
killed by
God.
Harry Potter.
She would have. I mean, clearly the wall of 101 dolls. Sorry,
Wahlberg,
100
please.
dolls. Excuse me. But anyway, those were just fascinating points. Moving on.
Thank you. So Jamie receives this call from Henry. It's Mary Shaw pretending to be Henry, telling him to go to the old theater to prove his innocence, and him and Danny Wahlberg.
Good old Danny.
Johnny
Where are
Wahlberg.
all these Wahlberg siblings coming from, Quetzal? Also, did you guys realize that the phone did not even ring? They were talking
No.
and the phone didn't even ring. That was
Danny's
like my
the-
first get.
Danny Wahlberg is the lettuce boy of the
A step up from Johnny Wahlberg.
Wait, so what does Mark put on there?
Mark.
What does Mark put in the-
Mark commits hate crimes. So.
Yeah, I was like, Mark's
Yeah.
just racist.
Mark's not allowed to be part of the Wahlburger franchise. It's all the other ones. So him and Donnie Wahlberg, the detective, go to the theater, and that's where they discover these dolls, the 101 Dalmatian dolls that we were talking about, and it's
On
massive display.
display.
Yeah, massive display case, very impressive.
I
Mint
just want to
condition.
know how they fitted all of those things and to move them. But we'll talk about the set design and stuff later.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. When they all start moving their little heads, I'm like, this is the longest fucking scene. This is all individually moving their heads.
You're telling me all 101 were going to turn their heads?
Just 45 minutes later, both of them are sat in a chair just waiting for them to be
All of
would
them
you,
slowly.
What would you do in that real situation? You and
Sit down.
Make sure one of them starts moving his head, and then the next one, and the next one. Do you sit there and you wait until the rest of them, or you just fucking leave?
I would have left after the first one moved their head.
Dude, the
Yeah.
eyes fucking moved and then the head moved. So that's a
Right.
two-parter right there.
Oh my god! So
That's
it's
a
double
twofer.
time.
Yeah. I love their little, they're like the little side-eye emoji. I like that.
You like that?
I like
They're like that.
You like
they're like
that?
that monkey
like being
meme
watched?
with the side eye.
Oop.
Yeah. And so in there as well is Michael, the little boy who didn't mind his own business, his body as like a little dummy, which was gross because that was a body. It was nasty. Like the effects
It was
were nasty.
icky.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
all like
icky.
dried out and nasty looking.
He's jerky.
He was jerky.
He's still
Jerky doll.
Quetzal. No.
Anyway,
Jerky.
Machaca.
so not Machaca. Get the fuck out of here.
Stop it.
So then comes out the the Mary Shaw clown doll, which I made a note of. There's another little clown dummy doll thing that Mary Shaw is like the head honcho doll. And this bitch was terrifying.
He was.
Bitch, why was it a clown?
Right? Like, why not lead with that one? Why?
Oh, and at this point, go on.
No, like Billy's gone, but why replace him with the clown? Like, why not just have Billy be the one to be doing all that nonsense?
Yeah, like there had to be another even more terrifying clown. Sorry, another more terrifying
Surely.
doll.
That happened to be a clown.
And I just don't understand that connection, I guess. Like, I know there is no realization there. But at that point, Antoine had pointed out something to me that I did not rewind on. He said that he saw an Easter egg of like Jigsaw in there, but I did not catch it.
I didn't catch
So-
it either, but I did
you
think
guys
that
did.
that was there.
I didn't catch it either, but I do know it's there.
I caught it the
I
first
guess
time
he
I
saw
watched
it.
it. I didn't catch it this
So-
time, but I remember I like looked out
Me
for
either.
it back in high school.
Was it that this movie came out first? No, this came out after.
After.
Yeah.
Saw it came out in
2007.
2004.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
so there's this big villain reveal. So Mary threw this clown doll because Jamie's like, "Why'd you kill Lisa?" And the fucking doll's like, "Come here, come closer." And I'm like, "Bitch, you better sit your fucking down. You sit your ass down. Don't you come close to that." And it's like, "I'll whisper it in your ear." And I'm like, "Bitch!" And he goes.
And he does it.
Come
And he
close.
does
Because he
it.
needed to know.
Absolutely, you saw that thing. Absolutely not. So she killed the wife, because Lisa was pregnant with his child. So and remember, she's after the bloodline. So she done killed her, which is really fucked up.
She said, "You weren't the last Ashen," and we were like, because we don't scream in this movie.
Dalia, you would have been gone. I'm sorry, girl. I love you, baby.
I was already gone. At that point, I had already ceased to exist, and I sent you my Kermit the Frog on a respirator gif.
Who would be the first to go? Dalia? Who would be the second to go?
I like being included.
You.
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't scream very much at Halloween Horror Nights.
No, but you'd just be sitting there waiting to die in the first place. The moment you found out people were dying, you'd be like, "Okay, I'm up next. Just put me on deck. Put me in, boss. Put me in."
I would scream purposefully just to go.
You'd a quiet place. This nonsense.
Whoa. Okay, so we have Antonio, Sky, and Jenna left. Who goes next?
Myself.
Yeah.
I respect. Yeah.
Was that Chester? I'm sorry, guys, but who was behind Antonio?
You don't understand how fucked up my brain was like working on overdrive to like process what was happening.
And you talked about it like maybe a minute or so after it happened.
Well, let me tell
Did you
my-
catch
let
him
me tell you
coming
my thought
down?
process. Okay. No, I just saw him going up, and in my brain, I want to go back to this conversation, but like in my brain, I was trying to justify what I saw, and I was like, maybe he has a plumber in, or like someone working on the AC, and like that's what, because you said you were alone, so I'm like, maybe somebody came over, and I'm like, well, what if not? What if not? I gotta say something. Am I going fucking crazy?
Because nobody said anything, and then you witnessed it happen, and then you didn't even ask about it because we were in full
Because I was
conversation.
processing, because I was like, it's got to be a plumber or something.
It most certainly was. I mean, not the kind
A
of plumber you
handyman.
think.
Yeah, not a sexy one.
He cleans pipes.
I hate that.
Hi, Pipes.
Okay.
Changing Sky's name to Pipes.
Fuck up.
she's quitting. She didn't quit before. This guy's quitting now.
I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm so done.
So Jenna and Sky, you're the last two. Who goes next in terms of screaming?
Who's final girl?
I think Vital.
I don't. Is this in terms of like us it being in this particular situation, or just
Yeah, this
in
part.
general?
No, this particular situation.
Well, it's like screaming wise. Like obviously Dahlia's gone first because she's bee screaming. I
So
don't
in
want to
this
be here.
particular- This particular situation I wouldn't be involved in because if I saw a doll on my doorstep, I'd put it on my neighbors and be like, "Oh, that's your problem."
So we just figured out Jenna's final girl.
Yeah, I was like,
Done.
so Jenna's the winner.
I mean,
Not because Sky's gonna scream first, but just because Jenna's just not gonna put up with it.
Jenna gave it
put
to her neighbors.
I was gonna say, Jenna gave it to Sky, put it in her doorstep.
And then Sky gets the rest of us involved, and then she finally dies, and Jenna's just like, oopty-doopty-doo.
Jenna's living through her life. All right. So anyway, yeah, bloodline. Anyway,
After approaching the clown.
after approaching the clown doll, and then things go fucking haywire, and it ends up with Jamie and the detective burning down the theater because the doll's gotta go.
Can we not gloss over the fact that the doll's mouth opened and the tongue came out and licked Jamie on the cheek?
What it do?
What that tongue
So
do?
they burned down the theater. They Jesus Christ. They burned down the theater. I think I quit too. So this is now a 3-person podcast. You can get Frank in here. You can keep it a 4-person.
A 4 for
And then
4?
Frank's just in the house willy-nilly now. without informing Quetzal, hey, I'm about to start walking. What he should be doing to me now.
I'll
I
let him know.
I can't go through this again.
Be warned when you're here, he might show up.
Like randomly in the night. Like you go to bed, no Frank.
Unannounced.
Wake up, Frank.
Go up, Frank. Post up, Frank.
No, I foreknew.
Wake up, Frank.
So the
I literally told the only person that mattered, which was Antonio, because he's in the house with him.
I knew because
I don't think I needed to tell you, dude.
Now I need to know.
And there were shoes,
need
and I was like,
Pratt.
oh, those came over. Those traveled here somehow.
I'm scared.
Okay, so I have a question.
Sure.
How did you search the unrated scene? Like, what did you type in to find?
That's a good question. I put dead silence licking.
Because I put dead silence unrated licking.
Pornhub everywhere.
This is great research for SEO. Google would love this.
That was an excellent question, Jenna. Thank you.
Anyway, you can continue now.
The detective dies.
Detective
He falls.
dies. I actually,
Big
I
oof.
think I was
The
doing
end.
something else, or I was on my phone, and I was like, oh, he's gone now. He's no longer part of the story.
But what did he do
fell
wrong, guys?
because he screamed.
Yep.
He's scrimped.
He screamed.
Well, he screamed because he fell, which is understandable.
Well, don't scream when you fall.
Don't scream.
Just don't scream.
Scrimp.
Jamie didn't
Just
do
don't
it.
fall.
Don't fall. There
Or
you go.
not.
And
Just don't.
And guys, what did he leave drop behind when he fell?
A burger.
His reservoir. His electric razor.
His razor dropped. Oh my god! Now I kind of have to rewatch this. I was like,
And it started vibrating. And I'm just like, huh.
oh.
It's done.
Ugh.
His Horcrux didn't work out so
did.
well.
Woo. I just was imagining. No. Antonio, you didn't see the scene, but it was like a close up on the razor, so I'm imagining his dead body, just a burger. Oh, God.
And the pickles fall out.
But Johnny puts him right back in.
Johnny comes out of nowhere.
Oof.
Y'all
Y'all
are
are
too
making me
much.
hungry.
Anyway, we're literally on the final point. Let's get this
Go on.
bread. So Jamie goes back to his dad's place, where he's confronted by Mary Shaw, of course, being her creepy ass self. But he's able to stop her by throwing Billy the doll into the fireplace. And here is
the 101st of the 100
of the
last.
Horcruxes. Yes.
Of the 101 Dalmatian Horcruxes.
Yes. And this is the second big reveal, really, where he learns that because he sees his dad's body there, and emphasis on
like,
body
"Daddy?"
because he dead.
Dead and hollowed out.
No, you gotta describe that part. You gotta... let me describe it for you. Hold on.
Please
So,
paint
the
a word
light-
picture for me, Dalia,
Thank
with that
you.
sexy
The
ass
we
voice.
lightning-
wanted to hear you talk more this episode, honestly.
The thunder claps. The lightning strikes. He sees his father in the corner, unmoving, and he's like, "Daddy?" And then he walks over to him, and he has this very glazed over eye look. And then again, lightning, it goes off, and he's just like, something's wrong. And then he touches his dad, and his dad leans forward abruptly. Not too much, not like he fell into his lap, but just slightly forward, revealing his back. And his back, his spine has been removed. His back end of his face and body have been gutted out to reveal a mechanism that moves his face and body like a puppet. It was horrifying. He steps back like horrified, and he suddenly has the realization that every time he talked to his dad since he arrived, Ella has always been standing behind him. And it is revealed that Ella is actually Mary Shaw. And it is frightening. And in that sequence of events, we see him flipping through this book where he's like seeing the perfect doll, and then he flips it the other way because it was like a little flap. And it was Ella's face, and I was like, oh no. And then she's like, there as he turns around, and I forget what she says. She says something crazy. What does she say?
I don't remember what she says. Gotcha, bitch.
Maybe she... So anyway, she says, I got you, bitch. And then he screams in terror.
The end.
And then he gets his tongue ripped out. The end.
Mary wins.
Another win for Mary.
What's it
Another
like
one
to
for
be
the
a local
books.
celebrity?
I really want to say that the big reveal where he's like realizing that like Ella's been behind him the whole time was very, very Saw. Like,
Yeah.
you know when they do
Yeah.
like the end
It does
and it's
that,
like,
like, you know, the big reveal. It's fucking like the horror drag reveal of it all. Just gooped and gagged.
dun dun dun.
It was
dun,
so
dun,
bad.
dun.
Antonio, did you notice that as it was happening?
What? Which part?
We tried to throw you off the scent a little bit because you're like,
Yeah,
why
were
does
you
his
surprised
dad
by
look like
this?
a doll?
Were you surprised by the reveal that his dad was dead? And
That
it
his dad
Ella
was
all
dead?
along?
Yeah, I was gagged.
Yeah, I was kind of gagged.
I was gagged. I was like, oh.
NGL, I was kind of gagged for real.
I was like, oh. Awkward.
Oh,
You've been
Okay.
dead the whole time.
That
Oops.
was their like thing, because I think that was like the overarching theme, or what she was trying to do towards the end. Like she was trying to say she was looking for the perfect doll, and she had to like she had to use like existing parts already, sort of situation, and that's when they reveal Ella was the perfect doll. Just terrible. Just
So in the end, there was actually like 103 Horcruxes because the dad was another vessel. Oh my god, how do we feel about it? I feel more energized than when I came in. If I sound any better.
you don't, but
No.
really glad to hear that you that you feel better. Antonio, what'd you think?
I am thinking it was a movie that felt like a movie. It was good. No, it was fun. We can get into the rest of it later, but I thought it was good.
Worth a watch?
Worth a watch at least?
Worth a watch? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Google score was 80. I think she deserved it. I thought it was great.
It was a really good film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ever see it again in my exit. Like, I don't ever want to be breathing again before I watch this again. I'm good.
Say again
I'll
one
die
more
never
time.
seeing this movie
You got to
again.
be turned into a doll before you
Again.
see this movie again.
Dalia.
My mom did call me muñeca growing up.
Wow.
That
The
means
big
doll
reveal.
in Spanish.
Your name is Baby Doll in my phone.
I'll see you in your dreams tonight.
Yeah, you will.
With that
After
voice,
listening
sure.
to me right now.
in a different way.
With that
yeah,
voice,
for sure.
invited.
Say no
I'll see
more.
you guys tonight then.
Finally,
How do we-
all of us.
How do we feel? Oh, ooh,
At the
I'm
same
moving
time.
on.
Yeah. So
hot cast.
All of us at the same time. I'm good.
I'm out.
Anybody?
I guess I'm not sleeping tonight.
Podcast anybody?
Gusty, hello. Did you enjoy the film?
I did. It wasn't. I was definitely more scared the first time I watched it, but
Oh yeah,
Mary still had a grip on me this time around for sure.
Mary carried.
She gotta be
Mary
Edie.
carries.
She do be Edie. Hot cast.
Finally
Ryan
some
Quanten.
fucking
Cast for
food.
sure. She's not hungry because she ate. Ryan carried the whole movie in terms of hotness, and also his dead wife of the first 5 minutes of this film, Lisa.
She was hot.
I gotta know if she's like related to Mia Farrow or something, because it was just, to me, it was uncanny. I don't even think I've seen a recent picture of her from that movie, but it was just really, really uncanny. Anyway, Ryan carried. And Amber, who played Ella, I think, she very, very beautiful. Like, they really casted her perfectly to be the perfect doll.
I do want to say that, like, not only was Ryan hot, but his character wasn't annoying at all. He did everything, like, pretty right.
Like, he did such a
Yeah.
great job. She was like, you gotta bury the doll. And instead of being like, that bitch was crazy, like most horror movie characters, he was like, we're gonna bury the fucking doll, bro. Not that it did him any good, but at least he tried. And honestly,
He tried.
Yeah.
90 points for that. 90 points to Gryffindor.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He would be a Gryffindor.
All right. Anyway,
eh,
soundtrack / score.
No, wait. Lipton, fucking annoying. Donnie Wahlberg, if he was trying to get a gold medal for being fucking annoying, he won it.
got him, Dalia.
And that's not a compliment.
Get him.
Every
Get
time
him.
Dalia talks something fucking mean, I'm like, Dom top?
Soundtrack
Or
score.
it's not presenting itself. Oh, soundtrack score, impeccable, amazing. Love her. Good sounds immediately as the piano started playing right at
Piano
the beginning.
twinkle.
Good stuff. And like, again,
Score is done by the same guy who did Saw.
Which makes sense.
not surprised.
Very similar.
It's good music.
It is really, really good. All of the sounds and songs were so good, especially the absence of sound. Again, just big nod to that.
Yeah, sound editing was top notch. Costume design, set, location. I mean, the designs of the dolls did the damn thing.
I mean,
She
they
did
won up
that.
the Killer Clowns. Killer Clowns only had 40 clowns, but these guys had 101. But also, they were not as elaborate as the clown.
They weren't. Nor
I
did
don't
we
know if
even
they actually
necessarily
made 101.
see 101 of them.
There could be 100 dolls in the room, and 99 of them won't believe in you.
But only one does.
Is that a fucking Bradley Cooper Lady Gaga quote? from
Mama, that's a Lady Gaga quote.
That's
That's
Lady
what
Gaga.
he said. That's what she said.
A
That's what
Star
she
is
said.
Born?
You know what you could also have? 99 problems.
But a
But
bitch
one
do be
doll.
one.
do be one.
This episode's been off the rails, guys.
It's fantastic.
Did you guys have any favorite quotes? No scrim.
Yes, yeah. I
It's
can't
not a
think
quotable. Yeah.
Yeah, I
film.
can't think of a quote.
I think who's the dummy now is probably like the most iconic when
Yeah.
Mary was like, fucking rude ass little bitch Michael Ashen, fuck off.
That's funny.
Damn.
That's a good one.
Mine scene and the delivery was the hey, come here, and I'll whisper it to you. And I was like, no.
Slight piddle.
Monsieur Monfrere Antonelli, as the loser, do you think this movie was worth the hype, and do you think you missed out?
Do I think it was worth all the hype? I don't know about like hype. This is actually seems like a really quiet movie that I feel like I'm the only
silent one.
Yeah, like a lot of people probably did
Dead
not watch.
silent one.
Dead silent. So I don't think it was super hyped up or anything, but you guys made it sound fun. Do I feel like
Was
I
it fun?
It was fun. Do I feel like I missed out? Not particularly.
What if they made a maze for it?
If they made a maze for it, like a Halloween Horror Nights maze for it, I feel like they could do some amazing work. There's enough like iconic moments in like the movie for itself that like, you know, if I saw a wall of dolls, I'd be like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, dude.
A Wahlburger of dolls.
I wouldn't even enter. That's one I wouldn't even enter, if I'm being honest.
If you knew that there was a wall of dolls in there.
If I knew that there was even one doll, I'd be done.
Oh.
I'm like, nope.
Good to know. Good to know.
I think people slept on this movie. I'm just gonna say it. I think this movie's better than some of the shit I've seen.
You know
and
what
more.
this movie kind of reminded me of with like Vengeant Witch sort of nonsense? Darkness Falls.
Yes.
And I don't know why, but like I think I like Darkness Falls more than this.
I don't know her.
Oh, it's a
Tooth Fairy?
It's the Tooth Fairy. It's the Tooth Fairy legend, and it kind of is like vengeance sort of thing. I don't know. I like the reveals. I just don't know. Maybe it just needed a little bit more meat on its bones. Maybe it was more doll than meat.
She's very short.
That's what it is.
So-
It's just like I wanted more substance from the movie for me to like it. Is that fair?
That's fair, I guess.
Like it.
My friends, my energy is gone. I'm done. Jenna, thank you so much for joining us. You were such a treasure. I feel like we took up a lot of like we talk so much. Like I hope that you had enough time to chit chat. Can you remind everybody else listening where they can find you and follow you?
Yeah, Lucifer Binks everywhere. With 2 R's for Lucifer and Binks, like the cat from Hocus Pocus.
I
Everywhere.
mean, you brought the heat, Jenna. You really did. The Horcruxes, being on my side, always. You're welcome here any episode, my dear.
Thanks for
As
having
long
me
as you're on
back.
my side.
As long as you're on my side, though. The moment you're not,
Kicked out.
you can be banned with Antonio.
And that concludes this episode of Sit Down Loser. We're watching a movie. We'll catch you guys next time.
Who's the dummy now, losers?
Whew.